welcome to Phoenix City Hall. My name is Christine Mackey. I am the city's Economic Development Director, and we are really excited to have you here today to talk about this great announcement. And with that, I'd like to introduce Mayor Greg Stanton.
All right, thank you, Chris. By the way, without a doubt, the best Economic Development Director in the Valley of the Sun, Chris Mackey. I know Chandler misses her a lot, but we love having her in Phoenix. Thank you for that introduction. Today is a great day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone in Phoenix and around the Valley. Today is a very exciting day as we announce the introduction of a wonderful financing institution. VA Angels is coming to Phoenix. So thank you, Chris Mackey, our Economic Development Director. Here to help make this announcement today are my colleagues on the City Council, Vice Mayor Danny Valenzuela, who's also our leader on entrepreneurial activities within the City of Phoenix, Councilwoman Kate Gallego, in whose district VA Angels will be located, Jeff Saville from CEI, Center for Entrepreneurial Innovation, which is a great incubator with some cutting-edge companies located here in Phoenix, Chris Petroff from Greater Phoenix Economic Council, Randy Gustafson, from the Arizona Commerce Authority. They're doing such a great job at the HCA, building an entrepreneurial ecosystem throughout the state of Arizona. Thank you all for being here. This group is here to officially say to the VA Angels, welcome to Phoenix, Arizona. We are glad that VA Angels are in our community. We'll soon hear from Randy Lennon, who is the president of VA Angels. And Mr. Lennon, I hope you leave this event more confident that you made the right choice by investing here in Phoenix. Because our entrepreneurial ecosystem, I believe, is at a tipping point. This ecosystem is so critically important to us here in Phoenix. And making sure it thrives is a critical component to building our innovation-based, export-focused economy that we're working so hard on here in Phoenix, Arizona. That's why we're actively carving out new spaces in our community for entrepreneurs, tech startups, maker spaces, and co-working spaces to create and innovate. Great companies such as WebPT were born in our community and are creating the kind of jobs that we need and want. In fact, WebPT is doing so well that it is already growing out of its current building in our warehouse district, just a few blocks from where we're standing. Other companies, such as Gift Card Zen, have opened a second location here because it was attracted to our downtown's convenience and great transportation options and vibrancies. And incubators, such as Tallwave and SpeedSpot and OfficePile, are finding promising young businesses and giving them the tools they need to succeed. Phoenix is ripe for business. We're putting more focus on homegrown, talented workforce, and we're creating new corridors and campuses of research and innovation. So with that, I'm just so excited as mayor to welcome VA Angels to our community. It's going to be an incredibly important investment tool to advance our local economy, support our local entrepreneurs, and build a more innovative, export-based economy that we all want. I mentioned him earlier. He is our leader when it comes to building an entrepreneurial economy here in Phoenix. From day one on the City Council, Vice Mayor Danny Valenzuela had made this effort to build an entrepreneurial ecosystem in our city his #1 priority as City Councilman. And as a child of the 1970s and 80s, maybe we should call this company Danny's Angels. With that, I give you our Vice Mayor, Danny Valenzuela.
Always good for a joke or two, that Mayor. Now, we're fortunate to have Mayor Greg Stanton lead this city and support his colleagues on the City Council for, with all of our endeavors. So, Mayor, thank you. You're a big reason VA Angels are here in Phoenix. Had a little time to spend with Mr. Lennon before this press conference began, and what I wanted to explain to Mr. Lennon, what I want to explain to everyone here, is that this is more than just the City of Phoenix welcoming the VA Angels. City of Phoenix is a great place. It's the place for entrepreneurs, whether people realize it or not. It's a place where entrepreneurs such as Courtney Klein is being recognized with Seed Spot for a $100,000 Blackstone grant recently to help with high school recruitment, to get high school kids moving in that way of entrepreneurial activity. It's a place where Francisco Aguirre, who's here with us from the office pile, found a way to bring culture, from the Southwest culture and the Latino culture in particular, with that entrepreneurial mindset and activity and the great things that are happening there at the office pile. It's a place where Cahoots, the city's and the state's largest co-working space, had the courage to travel abroad to a place like Italy and help create co-exchanges, which essentially is these program that would connect entrepreneurs from Italy to Phoenix, and this foreign exchange program is going to go all over the world, and it started right here in Phoenix. It's a place that corporate America is supportive of our entrepreneurs, because Cahoots wouldn't have been able to do that without the likes of organizations like AT&T and Blue Cross Blue Shield and APS, who's here with us, who sponsored that particular trip. It's a place where JP Morgan Chase just contributed $175,000 to help advance women entrepreneurs with ASU. And I can go on and talk about the great things that are happening at Grand Canyon University and the U of A and the Maricopa Community Colleges Foundation. And what I'm trying to say to you, Mr. Lennon, and to those who are watching, is that this is a City of Phoenix ecosystem that's welcoming VA Angels. This isn't just the City of Phoenix. This ecosystem welcomes the VA Angels, and you clearly made the right decision to be here, and every day that you will spend here, you will realize that this was the only place for you to expand to, and I'm sure you'll go other places. In fact, you're over to my left here. This is one of the largest angel investment organizations in Canada, with more than 100 transactions already, and the City of Phoenix, the Phoenix entrepreneurial ecosystem welcomes you. We look forward to working with you. This is all about strengthening our economy. I believe, and we believe, that here in Phoenix, entrepreneurs are the very foundation of economic development in our city. And as Chris Mackey would say, the best economic developer in the state and in the country, as far as we are all concerned. She reminds us that Microsoft and Intel, Apple, they were all startups at one point. And so this is why we need to focus on our entrepreneurs. I believe by supporting this ecosystem, we will gain 5,000 new enterprises in the next 5 years. Hence 5K, 5Y. You'll start to see more of that. You'll start to hear more of that. 5K, 5Y. 5,000 new enterprises in the next 5 years, and this is a positive step in that direction. So thank you, VA Angels, for being here. Thank you to all of our partners who are here to welcome with the City of Phoenix the VA Angels, and God bless. Okay. Now, what I want to do is bring to the podium, I want to introduce my colleague on the City Council. VA Angels is going into CEI, which happens to be in Phoenix District 8. You could not have picked a better councilwoman to work with. Kate actually has an MBA in entrepreneurial management. And I know she's excited to be working with the VA Angels, and I'll bring up Councilwoman Kate Gallego.
Thank you to Danny for his leadership on entrepreneurial issues and for the whole team that made today possible. I'm so glad to welcome VA Angels to District 8 and perhaps most importantly to Discovery Triangle, which is really one of the most vibrant areas of our city. We were pleased to just welcome Mobile Mini's global corporate headquarters, and with the addition of VA Angels, I feel like we're going to be welcoming a lot more large company headquarters. We're going to be growing those next great local businesses into our superstar companies of the future, and what a great area for them to grow in. It's an area, Discovery Triangle, near so many leading schools near ASU, near Gateway. They'll have the advantages of the Center of CEI and all of the great technology and small companies that are there. And it's a diverse area, over 20 languages spoken in that area, one of the more international parts of our city. It is called Gateway for a reason, the gateway to Phoenix, whether people are arriving on our freeways or at Sky Harbor International. This is a great way to welcome new companies and say that Phoenix is the type of vibrant, growing entrepreneurial city that they want to grow in. We're also so glad to have the financial power that comes with VA Angels. There's nothing that makes a city elected official more unhappy than hearing a company say, well, my investors want me to move to the Bay Area. We want to have the local capital to help our companies grow in the Phoenix area, and this will be a powerful tool for our quickly growing companies to be able to move forward. So thank you to VA Angels for choosing Phoenix. And now I have the pleasure of introducing the president, Randy Lennon. Thank you.
Wow, this is really a wonderful welcome, and thank you to all of you here that have made this possible, particularly to Christine. Now, I know that Canadians have always felt warmly welcomed in Arizona, and particularly Phoenix. And some of you may not know that the VA Angels started 13 years ago in the city of Calgary, and I don't know whether it even still is in existence, but back in the day, the city of Calgary in Alberta and the city of Phoenix were sister cities. Still sister cities. Good to hear that. And he's been white-hatted. So do I get a black hat here or a green hat? A green hat today. So it's really wonderful. And when Christine and Randy showed up at one of our initial, sort of organizational meetings of the VA Angels here in Arizona, her enthusiasm about what we're doing was just so infectious. And one of the things that I've been an entrepreneur for almost 40 years, and one of the things that I learned in my early days was the importance of setting goals. And it's really interesting to me that the city of Phoenix has set what appears to be a very aggressive goal of attracting 5,000 new startups over the next 5 years. And I congratulate you on setting that goal, because I believe that it's probably unlikely that we'd be here today and having this announcement if it wasn't for the fact that you have that goal. You focused on building business from the bottom up. The VA Angels has been around, as I said, for 13 years, and we just celebrated an investment in our 100th company. We've invested over $40 million now in 100 early stage, some of them startup, some of them growing companies. And in these days of numbers in the billions and now the trillions, we've actually got debt in the trillions. When I talk about over 13 years investing $40 million, it really doesn't sound like a lot. It's kind of chicken feed. But it's amazing when you talk about 100 companies and you talk about 100 members of the VA Angels. We have about 120 up in Canada, and we have about 10 so far here. These are investments that are at the very beginning stage of these companies. These are companies that are they've already maxed out their credit cards, investing in their own business. They've gone to their family and friends. Dad has remortgaged the house in order to get this company off the ground. They get some traction and they get rolling, and they figure, wow, we have opportunity and our business is expanding. So they go down to their friendly bank, and the banker says, I'm sorry, we don't do that. We don't invest. We lend money to companies where there's really no risk to our money. So that's where the angel investment community comes in. And someone asked me this morning why we're called angel investors. And I think it's because in a lot of cases, and I know in my case personally, I've had many angels come along. They weren't actually officially angel investors, But in the companies that I've grown, and I've had successes and I've had also failures, and I have mortgaged my house and I have maxed out my credit card to build a company, and along comes someone who says, you know what, I believe in you and I'm going to invest in your company. And that's what the VA Angels is all about. It's a little more formalized, but basically that's what it comes down to. So we're very, very excited to take Canada's #1 angel investment organization. That's according to, to say you're #1, everybody's #1. So we have our validation from our friends in the US at Harvard Business School. They did a study of angel groups all around North America, and they determined, and it was a surprise to us because we're just a bunch of guys up in Calgary getting together once a month, looking at some companies and throwing some money into these companies to help these young entrepreneurs. And it was a surprise to us, but we were named the most active angel investment group in Canada. And there's many, many wonderful angel investment groups already here in Arizona. I can think of a couple, in particular the Arizona Tech Investors over in your sister city, your other sister city, Scottsdale. And of course, the Desert Angels down in Tucson. Very similar organizations to ours, and there have been many angel investment groups along the way in the Phoenix area, but a little thing happened in 2008, and since then it's been hard to keep some of these groups together because they're usually they're basically volunteer organizations. Ours, we operate as a business, and we've been looking around to where to expand our business, and we decided to come to Phoenix because Phoenix made a goal of building 5,000 new startup companies. So it is an absolute delight to be so welcomed by the people that are leading this city, and I'm going to ask you to help me with two things today. Number one, I'd like you to go out and find someone who is an angel investor or would like to be an angel investor, but they don't know it. They're just a successful entrepreneur. They've got some extra cash. They would like to help other younger companies. They're the type of person that wants to get in and help grow early stage companies. They're the type of people that like to watch Shark Tank, for example. And those are the people we need. We need some high net worth people who live in Phoenix or anywhere in this general Phoenix area that would like to join what is essentially a club and get together once a month and help some early stage companies. And then the other thing I'm going to ask you to do is let us know if you've got a company that is looking for capital, and generally speaking, it's not at the very, very beginning. You know, if it's time to go to your uncle or to your dad or you're putting stuff on your credit card, that's a little early for us. But if you've got a little bit of traction and you need some capital and you're looking for some investors that may be interested in helping you, mentoring you, in addition to their capital with all their years of experience, please send them to the VA Angels website, vaangels.com, and have them apply to present at one of our functions. So with that, I just want to thank all of you for being here today, and I sent an email out to a chain of about 15 or 20 people, and some of them are here today. Bob Garland, our original member, and Sheila Schmidt, who actually pointed me towards Phoenix. I'd like to thank all those people in that email trail today for this being possible, and I look forward to working with everyone up here to make the VA Angels a big success story in Phoenix. And 5 years from today, we'll be having a press conference, and maybe the VA Angels will fund that 5,000th company. So thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Randy. Today we love Canada more than ever. Great day for Phoenix. Next, I wanted someone to come to the podium who operates Center for Entrepreneurial Innovation, one of our leading incubators here in Phoenix, located on one of our great Maricopa Community College campuses, Gateway. Jeff Seville is going to talk about the importance of this announcement, VA Angels, to the entrepreneurial community here in Phoenix. Jeff.
So I'm going to keep my comments really, really brief. We're excited to house the VA Angels at CEI. Not only are they going to have their monthly meetings there, but we're also going to provide office space for them. And as I talked to my leadership team well above me, they said, Jeff, why would we do that? And I said, why wouldn't we do it? Because I think there'll be a line outside of Randy's office on a consistent basis, and I'm going to make sure, Randy, that all of our clients have access to your office all the time. So it's exciting when we can introduce new capital to the area, especially when some of the dollars are going to come down and filtrate down from the Canadian area. So we're excited to house the VA Angels at CEI, and if you haven't been to CEI, I invite each and every one of you to come and check us out. We're a great incubation program. And I'm also the executive director of CEI. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't announce that one of our clients, a company called Bridge Optics, is launching their Kickstarter campaign today. So I got to take the opportunity to get all of you to invest in Bridge Optics. It launched today. They have a iPhone accessory for the 6 and the 6 Plus that allows you to take your phone, put it in the case, attach lenses on and off. It's the only selfie clip in the world is the Bridge Optics product. So please, please support our entrepreneurs who take all that risk. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. That's an exciting announcement about Bridge Optics. Next, representing our Regional Economic Development Organization, GPAC, because VA Angels is going to invest mostly in Phoenix companies, but occasionally they're going to invest in companies outside of Phoenix in our region. The region's success and Phoenix success are one and the same. Next, to represent our Regional Economic Development Organization is Chris Petroff.
Well, validation's the mantra of startups and entrepreneurs nationally. It's what continuously drives them to move forward and innovate products for their consumers. Today, we have validation in investment group from outside of the state and outside of the country that sees directly what's happening here with startups and sees what's happening with the entrepreneurs that are based here in Phoenix and is making an investment to support those entrepreneurs. So today we should all celebrate validation because the entrepreneurial community here in Phoenix is starting to beat a large drum and get the national and international attention on what we are commercializing. Furthermore, welcoming the VA Angels here strengthens our ties to the Canadian community. Over the last several years, we've seen significant direct investment out of Canada into Phoenix, and Greater Phoenix for that matter, and this is just furthermore evidence that those ties will continue to strengthen over time. With that said, Randy, welcome, and thank you.
In Phoenix, we're lucky to have a great statewide economic development organization. Phoenix works very closely with the Arizona Commerce Authority in building an innovation-based, export-based economy. In fact, we have got our export boot camp going on right now for Phoenix-based companies working with the Commerce Authority to train them to trade their products or services around the globe. So our partner at the state of Arizona, the Arizona Commerce Authority, representing ACA is Randy Gustafson. Excuse me.
Mayor Stanton, Vice Mayor Valenzuela, Councilwoman Gyo, ladies and gentlemen, the Arizona Commerce Authority is very pleased to welcome the VA Angels to Phoenix, specifically to the CEI Incubator and to the state of Arizona. As recently highlighted by the very successful Phoenix Startup Week, the Invest Southwest Venture Madness Conference, the opening of the 8th round of the Arizona Innovation Challenge, and conversations with many stakeholders in the community, the entrepreneurial ecosystem for the state and the valley is smoking hot right now. But as we all know, it takes a village to raise an ecosystem, and everyone here is a part of that growth. For years, we've heard that there's not enough capital in Arizona to support startups. Yet in the last 6 rounds of the Innovation Challenge alone, hundreds of companies have cumulatively raised hundreds of millions of dollars. And we know much of that money is from right here within the state. We still have a long way to go, but we've made great progress. We have a very vibrant angel investor community, and we're pleased to see it continue to expand. In the last 6 months alone, I've had conversations with numerous sources of capital, private, angel, and venture capital that are from outside of Arizona, but who have heard about the amazing companies, resources, and ecosystem right here. And they see Phoenix and Arizona as a great investment opportunity. I attended the Thai Arizona VC Roundtable about a month ago, and an investor who relocated to the Valley from Southern California came up to me and said, "Hey, Randy, I want to write a $20,000 check right now." And I was like, whoa, wait, I can't take that check. Now, don't worry, we're talking to that group and we will get them involved. But what is fascinating is that scenario did not happen 3 to 5 years ago. So times are definitely changing. Having had the opportunity to present to the VA Angels last month, it is great to see Randy and his investors' excitement and commitment to be here and their desire to gain access to new startups who can make a difference, have an impact, and help grow our economy. The ACA welcomes you, VA Angels, and your involvement in the entrepreneurial ecosystem of Phoenix and the state at large. And thank you for helping all of us to continue to build the ecosystem. Randy, welcome to the village. Thank you.